This is Ategeka Matia, a student here at Makerere University doing Bachelor of Science in Water and Irrigation Engineering, year 4. I'm finalizing this year. I'm graduating next year. Currently, I stay in Chebando and I open up a company called Mat Company Limited. It is an agrotech company that offers farmers with access to off-grid water pumps for irrigation, and even we do other services like all plumbing services, designing and installation of irrigation systems. The reason why I came up with this technology, first of all, it is called a spiral water wheel pump, or an off-grid water pump. Most people call it magic pump. This is a pump that doesn't use electricity, doesn't use fuel, doesn't use solar. It pumps water by itself by installing it in the river, canal, or stream. It pumps water by itself by harnessing the kinetic energy of the flowing water to the pressure required to pump water up to the field. Why I came up with this technology, I used to pass by River Mpanga at our area, that is Fort Pocho. I used to see people struggling fetching water from down there in the river using water cans and the buckets plus the jerry cans. I used to see them suffering, so I looked at me as someone who has reached at Makerere University Water and Irrigation Engineer. How can I help them? So I started making research about the pumps so that I can help our poor people, to access water from the river. I came up with the self-pumping pump, the one that uses pressure elevation within an enclosed vacuum, but it couldn't make the required head. So I went ahead, I came up with the spiral water wheel pump that pumps water from the river to the field. Because most people there in deep village, they don't have electricity. So I was looking at how they can access that water without using electricity, and even the price of the fuel is high. So I was looking for how I can help them to pump water without electricity, without fuel. That's why I came up with this pump here. This one, which is the prototype I made, and it was my final year project. This is a spiral water wheel pump. It is called, you can call it an off-grid water pump. It's used for irrigation, for livestock farming, and other use for domestic use and others. How it works, it is installed in the river in this way, that when the river, assume that the river is coming this side, the water comes and hits here, making it to rotate. As it rotates, when this inlet it reaches down, scoops water. The water enters in these spirals. Due to the combination of air column and water, is capable to convert the kinetic energy of the flowing water to the pressure required to pump water up to the field. All the water is collected here in this shaft. Since the other side is closed, so the water looks for its way to escape. All the water passes here and goes to the field. Here we connect here a pipe that goes to where water is needed. It works like this, keeps on rotating. As it rotates, it scoops water this side and the other side, as it keeps on pumping continuously day and night. I first go there at your area, I make the survey. I see if it is applicable. We measure the velocity of water. We measure the elevation. That is the difference in elevation. That is the head. So we see if it is applicable. Here it can be rotated by the velocity of 0.5 meters per second. So if we see that it is that and more, there it is applicable. Then we start designing. We start by fabricating this wheel. After fabricating, then we add the spirals. So we carry it and we install it in the river. It is installed in the two ways. In case the river, it has a very, like the depth is high, we use the floats so that it keeps on floating on top as it is pumping water. In case the depth of water is near or is low, we just install using these ones. We install it there so that it keeps on again rotating as it is pumping the water. Okay, you are trying to ask the uniqueness of this technology. The uniqueness of this technology compared to other pumps in the market is that it doesn't use electricity, doesn't use solar, doesn't use fuel. It pumps water by itself. It rotates by itself as it is pumping water. It is self-pumping pump. Okay, there are very many farmers around the River Mpanga. As you can see, where the River Mpanga crosses Fort Potro, goes to Kamwenge and other districts. So around there, around the River Mpanga, there are very many people, very many farmers who are. So those are the people. When I was designing, those are the people I looked at to design that pump. But even there are other people around the flowing water sources. So all of them, I think, can use the. Since I completed my research about my technology, I've installed one, which is located. I installed it at Muhondo Coffee Company. It's in Rwanda. When you reach in Kigali, you take the taxis that goes to Muhondo Center, and takes you direct to Muhondo Coffee Company. I installed one and I really appreciated my technology, and even I'm receiving more customers since then I installed the pump because they are really appreciating the technology I did. Even in Uganda, I will be installing more.